we finished the bra and the underwear. And one detail I have added previously is the lace. Instead of the sheer fabric used previously, I have added lace fabric to match the original. And here I'm going to just show you a few details of the bra before we start creating the code. All right, now we are going to export the whole file as an OBJ, and we will include the patterns, the hardware parts, the avatar as well. So you go to File, Import, OBJ. Once we're done, here I would like to add a small detail. Make sure in your UV editor, you put all your patterns in one tile. Go to Viewport Shading to see the colors of your patterns. Select the materials from the right side. And now I will split the window in two, dragging the corner of this window. And from the drop-down on the left side, I will go to Shader Editor. As you can see on the right side, the pattern look a little blacked. That's because they are missing the alphas, which is a transparent background of some of the patterns. We will select each material from the right side and then go on the left side in the shader editor and connect the alpha to alpha for each material going down, like so. Now we will go to editing mode. So first select your object, your OBJ imported, and then go to edit mode. I'm going to select the X-ray view to be able to see through the point and select everything at once. I'll select one part of the body, Shift D to copy basically, then click P to separate selection, and a second object will appear on the right side, as you can see. From here, you can select desired parts of this new piece that will be highlighted in yellow, and then you can click X to delete them. You can delete any parts you wish by clicking on the point or points, then hitting X. I'm going to clean up the body or the new piece I have that I am planning to turn into a longer coat. This is the quickest way I can create this coat, especially that it's very forgiving in the sense that it will be full of feathers, and if the details are not perfect, it will not be a big problem. At this point, I will click on one line and then Alt-Shift to select the entire row. Click E and then Z to extrude down, and you can keep repeating the process of clicking E and then Z to extrude down the points. Then I will also hold S to scale it wider to look similar to the original. The good part of this method is if you are planning to animate it, the coat will move with the body since it's a copy of it, so you won't need to parent it. Now, selecting the coat you have just created, you go to Particle Distance, select Hair, then go down to Render. Here, you can click Shift A and add a new plane. Hit S and drag it to make it smaller. Going back to the particle distance of the coat, in the Render section, instead of Path, select Object and choose the plane you have just created. Now you can play with the scale, the scale randomness to get it as realistic as possible and close to the original. Now, click on the plane, and from the left side, in the shader editor, select New. Click Shift-A, search for Image Texture, and from the file, select your feather object. You have it in the description file of this video. Here, connect color to base color and alpha to alpha. Shift-A again, search for color ramp, and here you click on the colors and select 2 different shades of red. To better view the feathers and its scale and randomness, Shift-A to add an area light, and from the light bulb you can change its intensity, play with the position and shading. Now go back to the particle distance, making sure you click the code, and you can go down to children. Here you select interpolated and increase the display amount to 100, for example. And you can check later on the viewport display and see how it actually looks like. I'm going to add the image of Bella Hadid wearing the coat and the lingerie part. To make sure I just get as close as possible to the shape of the coat. So you just go Shift A, and then you just import it. I will select the initial OBJ and go to Edit mode again. As we did before, you Shift select the points, Alt Shift select the points, and then hit E to extrude and play with the shape, checking back to object mode to see how it looks like. And you can just go back and forth and select both views. Here I have actually changed the avatar pose to match the image, by the way. I created a quick armature to do that, and if you want to learn more about how to change poses in Blender, let me know in the comments to add a tutorial about it in the future. to viewport display and choose cycle in render, you can see the final code and how it will look like. So voila, this is the final product. So let me know in the comments below what you think about it. One more thing, if you want to learn more about creating realistic digital twins of existing clothes or designs, check out my video about creating pleats. See you in the next one.